morning, students. I hope and pray that you all are safe in your house. I would like to welcome you all for today's class section 2. Shall we have a quick recap what we have studied in the last class, children? Are you all following my video? First video, I hope you all went through nicely and many of you have answered to me. Many of you have done your homework. I was so happy to see that homeworks and many of you got corrections done. Children, we the teachers are very happy to see you all doing the work very anxiously. So before getting into the lesson, we'll have a few recap questions what we have studied in the last class. We have studied about 4 questions. The first question we studied about low level languages. Second question we studied about high level languages. Third question we studied about assembly languages. And fourth one, advantages of high level languages. These 4 questions we have studied in the last class. Let us see some of the learning objectives what we are going to learn in this lesson. 3 questions main we are going to learn in this question. The first question we are going to learn is software and its types, and under that we are going to study 2 points, system software and application software. And the second question we are going to study is system software. We have 2 types, one is utilities and the second one operating system. And the third most we are going to study is application software. These 3 questions we are going to discuss in this section 2 class. Now let us get into the lesson. Types of software. The set of instructions given to the computer in the form of programs to be desired work is known as software. There are 2 types of software. One is system software, the second one is application software. In system software, there are programs written in machine language directly related to the computer, hardware and perform tasks associated with controlling and utilizing computer hardware. In application software is a job or task a user wants to accomplish through a computer. Application software are programs that helps a user to perform a specific jobs. Okay, this is the diagram of a software. It's divided into 2 parts, that is system application and application software. System application, 3 units are divided. One is operating system, language processor and utility software. And application software, there are 2 units, one is general and the second one is specific. These 2 talks same. Purpose application software, purpose application software. These are the types of software. First, under system software, we are going to study about utilities. A utility program, also called as utility, it's a type of system software that allows a user to perform maintenance type task, usually related to managing a computer, its device or its programs. Utility programs are built into many operating systems, can be purchased separately, and it is divided into 2 points, that is editor and translator. The first point, editors. Editors are interactive system programs that allows the user to write programs and generates text or to make a variety of changes to the text. And the translators is talking about the name, denotes, and these softwares are used to translate any high level languages programs into lower level languages program. These are 2 types of translators, namely interpreter and compiler. These 2 are translators. Now next topic we are going to study about operating system. Operating system acts as an interface between the user and the computer system. They also manages the activities of the system to let the user manage the system effectively. When the computer is switched on, the operating system is the first page to be loaded in the computer memory. Okay, these are all the operating systems we use. Monitor, very important. Okay, as soon as you switch on the computer, the program is loaded in the computer memory. And then CPU is very important. It's the brain of the computer. Keyboard will help us to type the keys, whatever we want to type it on the computer. Mouse will help us to do the work quick. Okay, and printer, whatever we have done the data in the computer, it will take it out in the form of a printer. These are the applications of the operating system. And some of the common operating systems there are like MS-DOS, Windows 95, 98, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, Mac, Android, Unix, Linux, Apple, i3, etc. MS-DOS was the first operating system developed by Microsoft company in 1969. The next topic we are going for application software. This is the diagram of an application software. Okay, and in this diagram we see 3 points. One is application software, system software, and hardware. In application software we can do all this processor, that is word processor, databases, internet browsers we can do, spreadsheets, and computer games we can also play. In system software, operating system and utilities, these two we find. In that we have in hardware, that is CPU, disk, mouse, printers, etc. All these things we operate in the application software. And application software is divided into 4 parts. One is word processor, second one database management system, third one electronic spreadsheets, and fourth one desktop publishing. The differences between system software application and system software and application software. System software and application software. System software is used for operating computer hardware, and application software is used by user to perform specific tasks. It provides platform for running application softwares. The first we are going to learn is word processor. This is the block diagram of the word processor. Children, many of us, mostly we use this Microsoft Word in the computer. Okay, these are all the parts that will help us to operate this Microsoft Word. Right on top of this we can see like quick access toolbar, okay, ribbon tabs, title bars, we can see windows controls, and here we can even minimize and maximize the page, help button, view ruler button, okay, vertical, you can even scroll your pages up and down, okay, whatever you have done, browse buttons, okay, and zoom tools we can see over here, and then view buttons we can see whatever we have done, status bar, text area, this is the main of the text area of the Microsoft Word, right in middle, okay, document information, vertical ruler, and tab selectors and office button, okay, and this is the clear picture of this. Okay, see title bar, menu bar, standard toolbar. You can see file, edit, view, insert, format, tools, tables, and all. You can even bold your letters, italic, underlines. You can even minimize the and lagging pages you can use. Okay, you can even use and you can even increase the size of your data, whatever you are typing on the Microsoft Word. This is the working area of your Microsoft Word. Okay. DBMS. What do you mean by DBMS, children? Can anyone guess what do you mean by DBMS? Yes, it might be roaming in your mind. What do you mean by DBMS? DBMS is nothing but database management system. It is a complex software system used for creating, maintaining, sorting, and retrieving the database. It also acts as an interface between the user and the data, surviving as the a database can be defined as an integrated collection of data and information which is utilized by several subsystems of an organization. We have examples. One is DBase, FoxPro, MS Access, Starbase, Oracle, SQL Server, IBM, DB2. These are the examples. Okay, next we are going to study about what symbol is this. I want all the children to guess what symbol is this. Very easy to see this symbol. This is nothing but MS Excel spreadsheet. Okay, this is the symbol of a spreadsheet Excel. We are going to learn. Okay, this is the block diagram of spreadsheet. An electronic spreadsheet is a software package which manipulates the data in a tabular form, columns and rows. The spreadsheet has rows and columns where it can be altered according to the user's need. They help us in analyzing the information either by pictorial representations, graphs, or in the form of a text. Okay, example MS Excel. Children, MS Excel. This is called an MS Excel. This is the block diagram of an Excel. You can see file, home, insert, page layout, formulas, date, review, view. You can even do your mathematical work in this. You can enter your names, you can enter your ID numbers, you can enter your roll numbers. Okay, you can enter your phone numbers, your addresses, any information you can type in this. You can even form a table on your own. You can make a timetable in this, or this is useful in all the offices work, school works, okay, office work, and any marketing, okay, marketing things and all you can enter in this. See, you have so many things over here: clipboard, paste, bold, italic, underline, okay, font. You can select the font and alignment, numbers, okay, conditional formatting, formats as table. Table means I told you timetable or any table you want to do, you can do it easily. Okay, these sheets they have given: sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. There are many sheets, that whichever how many number of sheets you want to use in this Excel, you can use it. You can scroll them vertically and horizontally and all. Okay, so this is the simple form of learning of Excel. Okay, you can even minimize them, you can cut them and all. Okay, all these things we can learn in the Excel. Yes. Now, when you see this picture, what you are understanding? Can anyone tell me the full form of DTP? DTP services. Can anyone tell me? It's nothing but desktop publishing, children. Nothing but desktop publishing. It's a software package. Helps the user to produce a graphical text and images in a printed form. An important feature of DTP is that they enable the user to see on the screen exactly how the document will appear when printed. A system that supports this feature is called WYSWYG. Children, please listen to this what I'm reading. WYSWYG. What is the, can anyone tell me the meaning of this, children? Yes, I'll tell you. What you see is what you get. Whatever you see is, you will get it. Desktop publishing is that. It refers to the users of computer to produce documents for publications. These documents are of high quality, containing text and graphics formatted on a single page. DTP is commonly used in designing wrappers, banners, books, brochures and magazines. For example, PageMaker, Microsoft Publishers, and you can even use a Corel drawings you can use. So this is the meaning of DTP services. Wow, what is this? Unique code. What is this, children? Unique code. Concept of unique code. Unicode provides a unique number for every character. Unicode uses 16-bit code to represent one character. Therefore, there are 65,536 possible characters. It is an international standard word processing code which provides text in all forms and languages like Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, Greek, Arabic, etc. All these languages it forms in the unique code. The unique code was developed by Unicode in the place called California in 1991. These California people have introduced the Unicode first in the year 1991. Some of the Unicode versions and the year of the development are as follows here. You can see over here all the Unicodes which year they have invented and all in different places. Now Unicode for alphabet A to Z. A to Z. The following table shows the Unicode for the alphabets to A to Z in hexadecimal notations like letters, Unicode in alphabetical order. Whichever Unicode you want to give to your personal in computer passwords and all, you can take this help of this, and you can even use it for your mathematical cause. Okay children, this is your lesson that we have studied today in section 2. What all I have discussed with you children in section 2, please go through that. Okay, don't waste your time. Whatever notes we are giving, write, copy it in your notebook and please submit it to me. In the section 3 class, we are going to study about computer networks. Very interesting. We are going to study topic computer networks, advantages of networks, types of networks, okay, many types of network. All these things we are going to study in the next class. So I don't want anyone to miss the class. Whenever you get your class video, try to open it, see it again and again till the next section children. Okay, and a small follow-up work assignment for you. Very simple. You no need to take tension. We have studied already section 1 and 2 class, so it's easy for you to answer these questions. If you are not knowing, please don't worry. I will send the answers in the WhatsApp to you, so you can copy it in your notebook. Simple questions. What are they? What is machine language? Second one, write a note on assembly language. Whatever you know, whatever you studied in the videos, you can write it and send it to me children. Okay children, I hope you all will study, you all will be a good children. Okay, please keep studying all the subjects whatever teachers are sending to you videos. Don't waste your time. Okay, this is the time that you need to sit and study without wasting your time. So thank you all children. I shall see you in the next section 3 class. We will learn many things in that. Okay, and till then, please take care of yourself. Thank you.